Hey, good morning, guys. Um, Whoever invented daylight savings, seriously, it's early, man. Um, there's only 11 more weeks till graduation. That's a beautiful thing. Just a few little housekeeping things before we go look at the class. Now, last week I was out with some stuff for my son. Got some really good information. I don't know, hard to really put into a short little, video announcement in the mornings. But it was a good week. We spent a lot of time in a hospital clinical setting, and it was good. It was good. So for those of you that are wondering, it was worth doing. With that said, I was out, all of last week, and so I'll be caught up probably by the end of the day today. So if you sent in an assignment, or if, I don't think I missed any emails. If you emailed me, I'm pretty sure I answered you while I was out. But if there's something that I did miss, probably, late today. But I'll be done with everything today. So if there's something you send in to be graded, or if there's something that needs to be taken care of, that'll be taken care of. So let's go take a look at what you have left. There's only 2 weeks left in this quarter, right? And you should be finishing up your Unit 5 project. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, so all the way down here, Unit 5, it's your influencing government project. Remember, right? This is learning how to get your government to do what you want it to do. One of the things I didn't get to talk to you about last week, because I didn't make a video or an announcement last week, right, was how to find an interest group, right? Interest groups are just groups of people who are into something, not necessarily like these people up here, although I liked that picture a lot. But they get together and they try to get the government to do something, right? So, if you've come up with your topic and back in part 1, right, you found your issue, you should pretty easily be able to find an interest group that covers your issue. Right, if you're having trouble finding one, like you're doing a web search or you're just looking around, right, you can check on this website from about.com, and it's got interest groups on. Look at all these different topics, right? So it should not be too difficult for you to find an interest group for you to contact. The other thing I'm going to suggest is that you contact more than one interest group, right? So it's going to be the same thing with your elected representatives, which we're going to look at here in just a second. But contact more than one, right? And the reason you want to do this is you want to hear back from your elected officials and from your interest groups for your project. So if you just picked one, right, there's a chance that you might not hear back. But if you contact like 4 or 5, now here's the trick, right? You don't have to write the same, you don't have to write an email over and over and over again. Write it once, copy and paste it, change a few things, right? And that's it. The same letter that you send to, or email that you send to your elected representatives can be very similar to the email that you send to your interest groups. You just need to tweak a few things here or there. So write it once, save it, make the changes. I don't know why I changed over to webcam to tell you this, but okay, so let's go back and take a look at that. So send your interest groups, hear back from your interest groups, include that in your project. The part that you should be finishing up this week, right, is contacting your elected officials, right? So you're going to find your elected officials from the House and from the Senate. I would suggest contacting all of them, right? It's not like you're in California and you've got 7 million that you need to contact, right? There's just a few here in the state of Nevada. Contact them, see what happens, right? And give it some time for you to hear back from them, right? Your last part is your reflections as always, right? Look at, did you think this project was hard? Did you think it was difficult to get the government to do anything? Right? Do you think writing just one letter is going to make the changes that you want? What are some of the other things you can do to get the changes that you want? Right? And the other thing you need to realize, right, even though you're too young to vote right now, most of you, right, does not mean that you cannot ask the government to do things that you want it to do. Right? So don't, one of the things I've been stressing this unit is that voting is just the beginning. Right? Voting is just the starting of getting your government to do what you want it to do. Whereas, at any age, right, you could be 5 if you can write. And you can ask the government. You don't have to write. You can just talk. You can get the government to do, or try to get the government to do what you want it to do. Right? And that's the point of this whole project, is that you, no matter what, can get the government to do what you want it to do, if you go after it hard enough. That's the point. Don't worry if you're not hearing back yet, right? You've got all of this week and all of next week. That's really it, guys. Okay? Have a great week. If you need anything, let me know. And 11 more weeks. 11 weeks. Awesome. All right. Bye, guys.